call me old man Wade.
Damn you, old man!
Wait.
Old ass man.
Shut up, old man. You smell like fart.
No! Man!
Old man.
He's so old, he got a podcast on cassette.
Fuck, you're old.
Damn it, Wade.
And welcome to the Old Man Wade Show. I'm your host, the God of Stubborn, the Lord of Laughter, Old Man Wade. And to my right, I got the Coast, Supa Woke Hobby.
Yo.
And to my far left, we got the Coco host, Big Lips with the Alien Eyes, Toya.
Hola.
And to my direct right, we got the man, the myth, the legend, Just Greg.
I'm on your left.
Yeah, I was about to say this.
What I say?
You say direct right?
Direct. Wow.
You put a qualifier
Wow,
on,
really?
on your wrongness too. That's crazy.
Oh shit, my bad, dog.
No, don't edit that out.
I'm not editing.
Hi, everybody.
I'm just fucking turning on the volume. I was like, wow, okay. Shit, my bad, y'all.
Long day.
Not even a long day. I just started, you know what it was? I started drinking at around 3.
Yo,
I took a 2-hour break.
that's an appropriate time to start drinking.
I got off of,
On a Friday.
I started work at 7. I got off at 3, working off of 4 hours of sleep.
Fun fact: happy hour is illegal in Massachusetts.
It is.
It's
You guys know that?
Yes, and it sucks.
It's stupid. You know what's funny? A lot of bars will still do it anyway, and then kind of just deal with the consequences.
Really?
Yep, they will. I know when the bar I used to work for, McFadden's used to do happy hour, and they used to even sell tickets, which they're not supposed to do. We had a DJ, which we weren't supposed to. You know, you have to have a license to have a DJ here. You also need to have a license to have a dance floor and let people dance.
Damn.
Like, that's an actual thing in Boston.
Good old Massachusetts.
Absolutely. Let's
This
take
place-
all we can.
This place fucking annoys me sometimes, man. It ain't even the fucking place. It's the fucking people here. Fucking entitled and trash.
The people are awesome.
I love Boston.
Absolutely.
If you don't like it, get out.
I would love to. Except for the people who listen to the show. Y'all are awesome.
Yeah. You
All
guys
y'all
are
all y'all
yeah.
other people can eat a fat bag of unwanted dicks.
Even if you're from Mississippi.
Wow. What did Mississippi have to do with?
Oh, the home of racism?
Yeah, I didn't even want to say anything.
Even if you're from Mississippi?
No, if you're
No. If you're from Mississippi and you watch the show, you're awesome. You love it.
yeah, if you listen to it, that's great. If you're from Mississippi and you don't listen to the show, suck a fat bag of dicks. Dog, Patton Oswalt said it best. You know why people sell out? Because it pays.
Really?
Yes.
So where we going with this?
Yes.
Wait, where are we going with this?
Give me some money, I will sell out.
Oh, all right. So you heard that first, Mississippi. If you want love from the Old Man Wade Show,
I will.
drop the bag of money.
As long as I ain't gotta do something like offensive to my culture or offensive to something else, give me what you got.
All right, you heard that first. We need to figure out a way to hoard this guy.
Yeah, I'm with it.
I see the gears working in her brain right now.
What you got?
Well, I was going to switch to a topic, but, you know.
Actually, I got a topic for you guys, which is actually kind of funny. Okay, first off, let me ask the guys in this room. How do you feel about women calling you daddy in bed?
I love it.
Whoa, damn.
I like it.
You like it? Javi?
I don't really have a preference.
Alright. So Tori, I'm guessing you call your mate daddy in bed sometimes, or all the time.
Yo, the eyes, yes. Yo, because all of a sudden it was like eyes everywhere. Fucking daggers, yes.
It's 3
Wait, you're being asked a question.
I understand, but like, my God, I was a little embarrassed. Yes. Mm-hmm.
So let me tell you what happened. So I was looking up a gift for friends, and I was looking up onesies, right? And so I'm looking at onesies, and then like I'm scrolling. You know how Amazon does those random things where they put something in the middle of it that almost has nothing to do with what's going on. Mm-hmm. So I'm like, all right, onesie. Unitron that says I Heart Daddy. Wait, what? So I scrolled back up, and this is like an adult one-piece bikini, but it's like a cloth material, so it's supposed to be like sexy.
Okay, so it's like a bodysuit.
Yeah, but it's just like the bikini. It's just like, and it says I Heart Daddy, and I'm like, yo, that's creepy in text.
Yeah, in text, yes.
I'm not big. All right, I'm not really big into the whole like daddy thing. Like, don't call me daddy. Don't call me anything like parental. I don't want that in like our relationship. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not a big fan.
Wait,
You know?
what?
I'll take it.
Don't what me? Is that,
I've
no,
never heard that before.
you never heard what? Like I don't want to be called daddy. Like I don't.
What?
I don't. I don't know.
Never.
There's just,
I'm sorry.
I'm not
on.
thinking about kids in the moment. So
really.
He's got a point.
I'm not thinking about kids. I'm not thinking about like being literally her daddy. So like.
So what does it mean?
It has.
Not because y'all can come at me like I'm the weird one.
No. It just means that you're in charge.
You're in charge. I got you.
That's basically what it is.
Yeah.
You're in charge.
Yeah.
You're holding down the fort.
You're doing your job right now.
You're sailing the ship.
Kudos.
Right. You know what I mean?
It's like a high five while you're doing what you're doing.
Yeah, you make sure she has her like bag lunch ready for school in the morning.
Nah.
No. Is that too far? That's too far. The in control fantasy. Yo, y'all are sick.
You're sick.
Nah, y'all are sick.
So I thought about this. It's like when I was younger, like I was kind of like, yeah, call me daddy and da da da. But like then, like I hit my 20s and I'm like, living on my own. And some woman said it, I was like, ugh. It was kind of
Yeah, I don't know, man. Call me something else. Call me like, I don't know, well-adjusted human being.
Ew.
Like that's hot.
what
Okay,
the
so
fuck?
You know what I'm saying?
now I'm dry,
No,
and why
yeah.
are we even doing this?
It's
Why
not
would
for
I
you.
call
It's not for
that?
your
Why
enjoyment.
would I call you
Like,
that? Like,
'cause-
why would a why?
Listen.
So Shanice calls you that?
Nah, but I come on. Okay, first of all,
You asked her to call you that.
First of all,
You asked her
No,
to
no,
call you that.
answer the question. Answer the question. Javi.
You asked her to call you
No,
that?
before you go into anything else,
Yeah.
do you have him call you that?
No, I don't have anybody call
So
me.
you're bullshitting. Okay,
Yeah.
I just wanted to make sure.
But I'm saying I would like those words of affirmation. They would make me feel better than daddy.
So how about Poppy? Is Poppy okay?
I'm Spanish, so no. It's
Okay.
the same shit.
Yo, wow, this man.
Are y'all cool with Poppy? Cause I'm kind of cool with Poppy.
I'm cool with that.
Yeah, like it's one of those things where it's like I'm cool with Poppy, but like Daddy just seems kind of weird.
It does, man.
Like, yeah, Daddy. Yeah.
Like I wrap that all into like the schoolgirl fantasy, like
I could
like,
do
you
a
know,
schoolgirl thing.
teen, like 18, and like I'm not, I'm not into that. Like, and I'm not judging. I'm not judging anybody. You know what I'm saying? I don't kink shame, but that's just
We kink
You
shame.
know what, Shane?
kink shame.
Kink shame
You know, whatever
all
you-
the fucking time on it.
You know?
We had a whole show dedicated to cucks.
Yeah.
You know
Be
what I
free, yo. Do what you, as long as you're not on your R. Kelly. You know.
I don't know to you. How do you feel about cucks? Well, you want to show? You want to show? Whatever. Talk about
How do
cucks.
I feel about cocks?
Cucks. Oh, wow.
Yeah, you
How
showed
do you-
her.
yeah.
You told her what that word
What
was.
cuck behavior was. Are there any kinks you
We should
guys
put it
want
in
to try
the-
that you haven't tried yet?
Any kinky things that I want to try
Yeah.
that I haven't tried
Yeah.
yet. So a gentleman let me put a vibrator on his hole, but he did not let me insert. So I would like to insert. Fix your faces, jeez.
God.
Listen,
Let
I'm
it-
not saying
let it-
it'll
let it-
ever happen. Y'all be all entertained trying to get in our butts. So anyway, like I was saying,
I'm not really into anal sex
I'm sorry, what?
I'm not into anal sex anymore.
You're not into it anymore?
Yeah, I don't put my penis in women's a-holes anymore.
Oh,
I
that's
stopped.
nice
I stopped
of
a
you.
long time ago.
That's nice of you.
But that was only because I couldn't pull out, and
Oh,
So now that I don't have to pull out anymore,
wow.
I have questions.
Greg, you
So
have questions?
I don't have-
I do too. There's a lot of-
time out.
listen,
I don't want any answers.
Time out. No, time out.
There's a lot
Time out.
going on
Time
right
out. No. Time out. No. Greg has No. Greg has questions. So Greg has questions.
Wait, you asked the question. I didn't even finish.
But Greg, I'm pretty sure whatever Greg does say is gonna be completely interesting.
And audience, I assure you, we're gonna get back on the rails soon.
I assure you, we're not.
Oh, God.
What's the question?
So did you guys talk about it before doing that?
Yes, jokingly, yes. I would always. So I prep my men. So, you guys know I'm the booty bandit anyway. I like butts. So, they're already used to me grabbing their butt, and we'll kind of like have conversation. I'll be like, yo, you should just, let me, And everybody, they always laugh about it, but this one was like, okay. And I was like, oh, really? And he was like, yeah. He was just like, you can't, And I was like, okay.
So you.
He was younger.
Did he say you can't? With a wink? Was he like?
No, he was. No,
He was serious? He was just like,
he
you
didn't
you
want.
can't.
that.
Did you
But
try?
I wouldn't be.
Yeah.
mad.
Did you try?
No, I did
But
not
I'll be
try.
heated, though.
I did not try. I respected his wishes and actually took his no for a no, unlike
Excellent,
some people.
excellent.
So okay.
Wait, why'd you look at me when you said that?
She was just
I looked
looking
at
she was
the
just-
room.
she was just- okay. So I got a question.
Meaning men in general.
So-
Okay, all right.
so,
I agree with you.
So how do you
He's like, hold on, let me clear my day, but nobody even saw me look like.
Yeah, I forgot where I rate.
Right.
Nobody's watching.
Exactly.
So
Weird
how do you
ass.
cover yours? And you're not gonna want to hear what I have to say. So
That's-
you put a vibrator in between his butt cheeks
Um.
and cut it on.
Well, it was on, and yes, and he let me. It was great.
All right. That
Did
is.
he moan?
No, he did not make any.
What position?
No, he-
What position was he in?
I knew that was the next fucking question.
Because how do you take that?
I knew that was the next question.
That he asked a very.
Did he have one leg up?
That's a real question. Hey, and I'm not trying to think about this shit too
Was he
deeply.
on his
And
back?
so-
But you gotta be in
Was he on his
compromising
side?
The
positions.
next
for this
topic
shit.
on the old man way.
No.
Yo, please, can we go to the next topic?
I
I'm
am
with Toya on
not
this.
gonna throw him completely under the bus
with
like
Toya
that.
on
'Cause
this.
you guys might know him. Like, what the hell?
And I'm not trying to kink shame.
No, but
either,
here's the
yo.
thing. He can like what he likes. I'm
Yeah.
just like I said. I had questions.
You gotta.
I mean,
be,
like we've
It's none of my
all been in
business,
precarious
but-
positions when we've done things like. Y'all ever gone down to someone and realized like the position you're in? You're like, well, this is awkward, but I'm enjoying what I'm doing, so I'm just gonna do it. Like you're eating pussy and you're kind of like, oh, I'm kind of exposed right now.
Well, I don't want to leave an awkward silence, but I'm gonna say that like I don't remember being in that position.
No, like
But-
you're eating pussy and you're like kind of like and you're looking naked, you're doing your thing or whatever,
Yeah.
and you
You got
realize,
your ass up in the air.
Yeah.
And you don't realize that you got your ass up in the air as you eating the pussy.
Yes.
Yes, it happens.
yeah.
Y'all don't feel weird about that? Y'all
I
don't
fe-
feel that cold breeze up your ass?
I mean, I'm in a pretty nicely sealed room.
Nah, windows open. We got the
I'm too
props.
busy concentrating.
Yeah.
I don't. You know what it is? Like you kind of. Well, Greg's Greg. So like he's just Greg. Like you know what I mean? I'm doing like one day I'm doing a thing and I'm like and I'm just like and it's just all of a sudden.
That's what I'm wondering. Like,
Yo, I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm not gonna lie to you. You're right. Sometimes it's
you don't flash through your mind for a quick second.
No. I'm not gonna.
Like my ass is in the air.
Yeah, I ain't trying to go into
Like,
details. I'm not trying to have people picture me in my ass.
But
But
Y'all
but-
really think about it, it's like, okay,
Yeah.
what if the feds bust in here? Like,
I have legitimately thought about what would happen
Hey, yo.
if someone busts in while I'm doing that. Like, you know what I mean? I'm over here like a Luke song, face down, ass up. Like, you know,
just ready to be. Yeah.
you know, like what do I do then? Like, you know what I mean? I'm not like the dude from Wanted. I can't just bust out and shoot people with my dick hanging out.
sometimes, but you don't get off on like, damn. See, you got me on this shit.
Go
But
ahead
you don't kind
now.
of get off on like those moments when you can get caught, like
Yeah.
especially
Those
as
are
a
the
married
best
person.
moments.
You know what I'm saying? Like like sometimes I'd be like, if somebody walks in, I might shoot him a pose or some shit. Like, yeah, you know what I'm saying? You gotta, you don't want to.
Shoot him a pose.
Yeah, you wanna be ready with your pose when they come in. You don't want to be too candid. You know what I'm saying?
Yo, all I would say is if I was knee deep and someone's gonna give me like the gotcha pose, I'm hoping that I'm in a position where I'm kind of like good.
Exactly, and you gotta have the right angle too, because you know what I'm saying. You gotta look good.
Does anybody here watch The League? You started watching The League. It's a show. It's over now. So they have this thing called the vinegar strokes. The vinegar strokes are the moment where you're coming and you look at someone's eyes and you can see into their soul, right? But it's never a good look. No one here has a good looking O face. So like when your vinegar stroke is like your O face. So like I just hope that if it ever happens to me, it's never in like my vinegar strokes because like they're gonna see into my soul, which is not pretty, and it's just like I'm making a face that looks like fucking like Strange. You know what I mean?
Jesus Christ. I don't want to picture your O face ever.
Yeah, with his ass in the air. You gotta
Gee,
remember
yo,
both.
this is crazy. Next topic. All right.
With the vibrator.
Yo, next topic.
Oh, what's
Y'all want to ask questions. I didn't even get to, but y'all stop there, so let's go.
So what awkward positions are you in when you're going down?
I ain't answering no question.
But see, I'm a girl. I can put my ass in the air. I'm like a cat. It's okay for me to do it. It doesn't bother me none.
But you've never been in an awkward position, like, regardless of what you're doing, so women can't be in an awkward position when they're having sex?
You know what? The only time that it feels awkward for me is if we're doing a 69, but he's on top.
That's weird.
Really?
That has happened. That happens. It's just I don't know. I feel like I can't do what I need to do good enough if they're on top. Like, I need to be on top. I don't know.
Like...
First like, it's too close. I can't get the right angle or something. It's just,
I kind of feel like women have to be on top of the 69.
Nabi. Salma said.
Here we go. Here we fucking go. Of course, Harvey.
I also think 69 is
on
kind
top, dominating, slamming shit into people.
Yo,
Harvey over here. Next topic.
I don't
this
know, like,
one over here.
You got nothing, Greg? You're not commenting?
Don't, Greg. Just don't.
I'm also gonna say,
ruined it for all men.
I'm also going to say 69 is a little overrated.
I agree. It's so unnecessary.
Look, it's fun, but like, how do you question for the glass?
Yo, damn, twig.
What?
I'm just gonna say this: that whenever you're having sex, just use as much positions as you can. You know what I'm saying? Throughout your whole romantic relationship, you want to diversify what you're doing. Don't always do missionary. Don't always do back shots. 69 is good, but you gotta be respectful. That's all I'm saying.
Y'all think Cardi B is good in bed?
Yeah.
I would say Cardi B is good in bed.
I'm gonna say no.
Greg?
No.
Like, cause I remember we all agreed that Nicki Minaj is probably trash in bed.
I think she's trash, but I think Cardi seems like she got that nasty spirit in her. I think she's good in bed.
I also think a lot of Instagram models are probably trash in bed as well.
Most of them, I would think so.
Define good in bed though.
Like actually putting in work.
I don't know. I don't think Cardi. I don't think. I think Cardi's at that point right now. She has enough money. She's chilling. That it's like
Nah.
You can't put money on the
Once a stripper, you always them strippers be ready to.
There's some strippers I've seen who were like they were great in the pole, but the lap dances were trash.
Yeah, but you gotta have that kinkiness in you. So that doesn't mean even if the lap dance was whack, doesn't mean that they would be trash in bed.
Yeah, just because lap dance is good doesn't necessarily mean they're good either.
Exactly.
But you can kind of look at it and go, oh, there's something going here. You know what I mean? And sometimes you're like, yeah. Right. So
let's assume that Cardi is great in bed, right? Like I didn't even know how to answer that question. I don't know her. Right?
Is it enough to make people apologize on stage?
So exactly. Why do you think her baby daddy?
Okay, see, listen.
Well, was it just he's young and rich?
So let me just ask a question right off the bat. Let me ask you first, Greg. Would you take back a cheater?
Nope.
Toya, would you take back a cheater?
Yes, but only once.
Javi, would you take back a cheater?
Yeah.
So I'm on the same page. So I think Greg. It's funny because Greg, I think you're the minority here. Like I think I could take back a cheater, and I think. But you know what it is? Me and my wife were having a conversation about this yesterday. We were talking about the act of cheating in general. Because for some people, sex is sex. It's not necessarily a thing where it's an emotional attachment. It's like hugging or, you know what I mean, or shaking hands.
It's like working out.
Yeah. For some people, it's not necessarily a thing of emotion, something like that. But with that said, there are some people who don't feel that way. And if you're in a relationship where someone says not to cheat, you shouldn't cheat because you've taken away their trust. I'm pretty sure we can all agree with that, right?
You definitely damage your trust. Yeah.
But regardless of the relationship you're in, you're going to damage the trust or you're going to damage the relationship just by doing things that are, regular. Like, you know what I mean? I'm pretty sure I pissed all you off at some point in time, but you guys are all still here. So, I'll ask Greg, why won't you take back a cheater?
Because based on my previous experience, I've grown to be very, very, very of just being a firm believer of having a foundation of trust, and if it's not there, then it's just not going to work. That's just because I'm not not a clingy person. I'm not a jealous person. I'm not a person who's gonna like go through your phone, ask you who's this, who's that. I don't care what your body count is. Like, if we're together, we're together. We talk about our boundaries and everything. And in the midst of all that, I understand that you're grown, and I'm grown too. I work a lot. I don't have time to be figuring out if you're being faithful to me or not. I'm just gonna assume you are until something proves otherwise. And if basically, I'm gonna give you the rope to hang yourself. Like, I don't have time to be checking up on you, popping up on you at your job. I don't have time to be like doing all of that. If I give you all that space, all that freedom, I expect you to be able to handle yourself well during that freedom, you know? And of course, there's going to be situations where you're going to be, you know, tempted or tested, and I expect you to hold that down.
Harvey, you're not taking a cheater back.
I'll take a cheater back.
You will?
Yeah.
Oh, so why would you take a cheater back?
Shit, I've been in a super long relationship, and like, I mean, and this is not to poo-poo on what you say, Greg, because everybody has their own personal opinions, and like, and again, we're talking from our own personal experience, and everybody that I know that's in a long-term relationship, right, that lasted, they've gone through the same shit that everybody I know that's been in failed relationships. A lot of them, like, whether it's cheating, whether it's like issues with money, whether it's whatever, like, the difference between the people that made it and the people that didn't is just one couple decided to stay for whatever it is. They're not better, they're not worse, whatever. They just made that decision. Like, I'm gonna stick through it, and they work through it like anything with time. You know what I'm saying? It's gonna heal wounds. It's gonna do whatever. Trust is always going to be an issue, possibly, but you're gonna find tools to work it out. And I don't know. Single life looks terrifying to me, right? From my perspective, and I think that, like,
it is.
All right, there you go.
It's
so
horrible.
like, well, you know, everything has its pros and cons, whatever, right? And I think that one case of cheating isn't worth like destroying potentially like a lifetime. You know what I'm saying? Like, that you could spend with somebody.
Go ahead.
Yeah.
Oh God.
Why would I take a cheater
Oh God!
back?
Like, you had to clear your throat and reiterate the question.
Well, one.
Strap in, ladies and gentlemen. This is gonna be fun.
Stop. No, for for one,
Should I turn the lights
I
down?
I was called a cheater. But this was like, I was like in high school. I was like, does that even fucking count if I have like two boyfriends? Well, I was talking to two guys.
Wait.
One of them was my boyfriend. Okay, so
Did you ask if cheating counts if you had two boyfriends?
in high school, does high school relationships even count?
Well, did you ask if cheating counts if you have two boyfriends? That's my only question. Do they
In
two
high
boyfriends?
school.
Do they?
That's why I said in high school.
Toya, he answered your question. Answer his. Did you just say?
You got to say the whole question. Though.
Like, so no, I'm just curious. Like, do you feel that it's not cheating if you have two boyfriends? I don't even know what that means.
I don't think any relationship, high school down to when you were born, doesn't count. That's how I feel.
Okay.
So technically, I feel like I'm a cheater. Okay, that was just that one freaking time. But why would I take a cheater back? No, seriously, I would take a cheater back only because shit happens, and this is life, and like it depends on what it was, the extent of the cheating, who it was. I think for me would be the biggest thing because of my past experiences. If this your ex fucking girlfriend is done.
Damn.
I think that.
Done.
Done.
I don't play that ex shit no more. Learn my lesson.
Oh damn. Wait. Alright.
Move on.
Yeah.
So, in not getting into like people's business that we shouldn't give a shit about, how do y'all feel about the whole Cardi and Quavo?
Well,
is it Offset or is it Quavo?
Offset.
Yeah, I don't know which one. But
is there a difference?
oh man.
Yes.
Before we get into that specific thing, and I just ask one question.
Yo, Bobby and his follow-up question. Go ahead, what's the question?
So, why is it different if he cheats on, say,
A random with an ex?
Not even a random, a friend. Versus
As opposed
an
to an ex.
Yeah.
That door's always open.
Exactly.
Is
There's
it?
always, listen, in most cases, if you go back to an ex, either you still got the feelings, either the sex is fucking amazing, and you can't, you're not appreciating what you have in front of you. Like, if it's just a random girl, I mean, shit happens, you fall into pussy, I guess. But when it's your ex, you already kind of have that, I know that's not real, obviously.
Well, I think,
But when it's an ex, y'all got history.
Well, I think this is why it's hard for people to get over cheating in particular. Because I think that we apply our thoughts to the motivations of the person that's cheating. Not saying you're wrong, right? But you're going to... The reason why I think, like you said it, the reason why the ex is so hard is because you're thinking that, okay, he's going back for this particular reason. He might have just cheated with her because he saw her at the club and he was drunk that day. You know what I'm saying? It might not be nothing more than that.
At the end of the day, we're in a relationship and you're supposed to think how I'm thinking. Before you know, honestly.
I agree with
before
you.
you do something, you
with
should think how your significant other going to feel about this.
Well, I mean, that goes with cheating.
So,
my
thought process should be his thought process.
Yeah.
Is Soy gonna be okay with this shit? No? I probably shouldn't fucking do this shit.
But that should be cheating, period, right?
Yeah.
And that's the same thing for a female.
So should he think like, okay, well, this isn't an ex. This is just some random chick. I think Toya can get over this.
That's a good question.
You know, if that was his thought, he would be 95% correct. I'm not saying I would get completely over it because obviously we're gonna have to rebuild trust, but there was nothing there. You must have had a drunk night and you fucked her. You know what I mean? Like it's to me there's a difference. It may not be for other people, but for me, because of my experiences,
I think the biggest thing for me is that I have it well understood in my mind that I don't plan on cheating.
Same.
Well, here's the thing.
I don't plan on it.
Ever.
It's not something
Ever.
I want to entertain. Like
I don't
I'm
even
not
look
going
for
to
it.
do it.
But how much people are out there like, yo, I'm about to get in a relationship and I'm about to cheat?
No, but
That's
some
my-
people know
lot
that
of
they're
people
not
think
over
that.
their past, or they're not really ready to be in a relationship, but this person in front of them is fucking awesome, so I'm not gonna pass them up because they're awesome, but I'm still gonna dibble dabble in kind of what I kind of really want to do because I'm confused, but I'm gonna keep this person around.
Well, it's like people like to I can't remember if it was Greg or Toya brought this up. Greg, he was like, "Oh, I'm gonna do this, and Toya will get over it." See, I think there's a difference between consciously going into this,
Right,
knowing that your significant other will probably forgive it. And
As
I'm
opposed
not
to-
advocating cheating when I say this, but I think there's a difference between going into doing, not even just cheating, doing anything in general, thinking my significant other will get over this, I'll do it, as opposed to like just flat out making a mistake. And I'm not talking about cheating because I don't think you just slip, fall in the pussy, because there's a lot that goes into actually fucking.
I think it's worse to do that though. Like worse to go into anything saying that like, my significant other is gonna get over it, right?
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, that's
it
what you're
opens
saying.
up the door to manipulation. Like you can, I think manipulative behavior comes out of that. Like,
But you know what? To
you know
be
what I mean?
very real,
Yeah.
you'll never actually know why, for sure.
why someone
Like
cheated
why they
or...
cheated.
Yeah, but your imagination's gonna go nuts.
He could be
though.
thinking
Yeah.
no, because
You're right.
he could be thinking, oh well, maybe Toya's gonna get over it as long as it's not an ex. I should be good. But when Toya finds out about it and they're butting heads and they're arguing and they're fighting about it, he's not gonna pull that card out and say, well.
Let you do that. Let you pull that joke out.
Well, you said you'd get over it, so you don't keep that same energy. He's not going to.
I was joking. I felt like decking you when you said that.
He's gonna pull out this episode.
No,
He's gonna pull out this episode.
Sorry, that was on me, people. I thought you dropped the name, and I was like, yo.
So,
Don't worry about it.
yeah, so he's not, if he's smart, he's not going to just say, well, you did say this. He's just going to think of something, oh, well, let's go with I was drunk, she was hot. I was in my feelings about an argument we had.
Drake was playing.
Neglected, yeah, blah, blah, blah. He's not going to say, well, hey, you said this, so I'm going to take that card, put it in my pocket, and look at it as a, get some ass free card.
But see, somebody like that, they're gonna fuck up again. And I said once. So
but why do you think that though? Like, why do we automatically assume that people are gonna fuck up twice?
I don't. That's why I said I would take a cheater back. You know. But then if if there's a pattern and there's certain things that I'm seeing, and you know.
But not just you, and I think this is,
then that's gonna be the end of it.
I think that you, from what I've come to know about you, right? You seem like you have the confidence to deal with that type of thing. Like, you're not gonna be like killing yourself over somebody cheating on you. You'd be like, "Oh, fuck this nigga," or you might take him back, whatever, right? But in general, it seems like through my timeline, right, there's really a low tolerance for any type, which is understandable. But it's like, yo, if this dude cheats, like, it's over day one. You know what I'm saying? It's like there's no tolerance for that behavior, and it's just like, damn, people wonder why they're single, right? You put two and two together.
Listen, I think with relationships, there should be exit interviews, and I think people should be raw and they should be honest. Because honestly, like, if there were exit interviews and somebody looked at you and was like, "Listen to it, you're too loud. You know, sometimes you just too much."
No, I would say you're too loud.
And you know, they would be like, I would be like, "All right, you're right about that." A lot of women wouldn't take what the person says and go with it, but I would be like, okay. All right, you got that, and then here's your problem. Your penis is small, don't play. But I would.
Oh, you coming back? You snapping back?
Sweet Christmas.
No, but I would tell them. But I feel like if relationships had exit interviews for people who actually want to be better people, it would be beneficial.
I think that would be great.
Could any of y'all sit through an exit interview from an ex?
See,
I would love one. I would love one. There's a few of them I would love
initially, when the initial breakup happens, I don't think either of you have the capacity to do an exit interview.
No,
because
if she did me dirty, if she did, I'm this type of petty dude, right? Well, I used to be. If she did me dirty, right, I'm gonna use all her constructive criticism, like, all right, and I'm gonna use that to make myself better, and I'm gonna use it on her best friend.
Okay, we're not gonna talk about the evil people of the world. Okay, he is bugging. Thank you. We're not gonna focus on.
Why can't I be petty?
No. The exit interview should happen maybe like after like a good amount of time has gone by.
So what do you consider a good amount of time? 2 months, 3 months?
No, whatever it takes. If it ends up being like a good like 3 to 6 months, okay, cool. But I just think I just don't see it being
productive.
A constructive exit interview right after the breakup.
But
what happens right after a breakup?
But criticism doesn't always become constructive.
Right? Usually,
criticism isn't always constructive right away. Right? Criticism, sometimes you have to sit with it.
Because honestly, I feel like if you say it right away, that's the raw. I know it'll come off meaner, but it'll be real. Yeah. Now, when you wait months, you're gonna polish it over. You done had time to think about. I don't know.
But you might be a little nicer. You might qualify. No. Like you're cool, but
I think it's the opposite.
You know what I'm saying?
I think it's the opposite.
Okay,
because when the breakup happens and you're in your feelings, you're gonna say a lot of shit you don't mean. Mm-hmm. You're gonna make certain criticisms that aren't.
I'm gonna say everything.
Legit criticisms. They're just. It's not coming from the right place.
Hold on, I just want to point something out that Bobby said, and I want to quote the great philosopher Left Eye. Bring it back to the east. So come see me at the hotel, motel, Holiday Inn. If your man starts acting up, switch and take his friend. Let me tell you,
facts.
If my wife's never gonna cheat on me, so I have to worry about that. But let me tell you, if I ever got cheated on and her friend throws at me, I am fucking her. Flat out. I'm with Javi with that. I'm not normally a petty person, but in that situation, abso-fucking-lutely.
The looks over here are just
that's cool.
Harsh right now, but
I know I am super trash. I keep telling y'all I'm trash, and y'all don't want to listen to me when I tell y'all I'm trash.
I'm hurting everybody, yo.
For real.
So I think exit interviews would be.
And then I'll become the king of R&B.
But okay, so now talking about R&B. No, we gonna go there. We are gonna.
Because I was hurt.
Already got me.
Because I was hurt. Can I just? Yo, all I want to say is that in order for you to be king of R&B,
wait. Before y'all get in there, I'm just gonna point out that this is gonna be a conversation between Toya and Javi because I don't think neither me nor Greg give a shit about the fucking King R&B. Greg, you give a shit?
No, not really.
I don't give a fuck either. So, go on. I'm gonna go on my phone and read Red Hood.
I just want to say my opening statement. Jacquees, aka the King,
aka the Nothing,
aka yes King,
the Remaker, aka he's nothing. Like I am so tired of people even bringing up his name in the category. It makes absolutely no sense. No, Greg, you said you ain't had nothing to say. It makes absolutely no sense. He freaking sucks.
Sucks up.
And the fact that he made over Candy Rain pisses me off internally.
Yeah, that was bad.
Internally.
Yo, but he brought
internally.
I watched it with a stink face
like the whole time, and that's how you know it's bad.
Yo, what did the kid say? He added the drip to it.
All right, what's the next topic?
Yo, wait.
Hobby's trolling.
He's right. He added gonorrhea to it.
Hobby's trolling.
He added gonorrhea to it. That shit is trash.
What's the next topic?
Yeah, why you hate? First of all, why you so? Why
you
you
need to exit interview?
Mm-hmm.
Why are you hating?
He really does. He really does.
Okay, so if Jacquees isn't the king of R&B, can anybody say they're the king of R&B?
R. Kelly.
I think you can only go by generation.
I hate R. Kelly.
I think so. For my sister's generation, it was R. Kelly. Okay, because she was born in 72.
So she was like in her 20s in the 90s.
So R. Kelly was my sister's generation. My generation, I feel like, was Usher. Because I feel like that's who everybody was sweating when I was coming up.
But I feel like R. Kelly was still the man, though.
We weren't sweating them. We were sweating Ushers. We were sweating who we were sweating. R. Kelly was not one of those people we were listening to.
I wasn't sweating. I don't know. Yeah, I give
Usher.
And then
these kids' generation, I feel like it's Chris Brown. So where the hell does Jacquees think he fits in here?
Yo, I'm gonna be Chris. How long has Chris Brown been?
This is what I'm saying.
Now?
So how do you think you better than Chris Brown?
But this
how?
I feel like, and again, this is not defending Jacquees. I don't think Jacquees is. Let me just. Supa Woke is not.
Yes, you do. You like him. You bought his album, everything.
Yo, I did buy his album, yo.
I know you was bumping his music on the way here.
Oh, did you hear it? Did you hear that, Johnny? I might need to get new speakers, yo, because it's too live. But anyways, yo, disclaimer: Supa Woke does not believe Jacquees is the king of R&B. I've never heard any of his music. I haven't even heard the videos that y'all are talking about. To be honest with you, I just heard about it. But yo, don't you think Chris Brown, his generation is a little older right now? Like, isn't there a new generation?
Well, Chris Brown's generation, I feel like, is still within the 20s range.
You think so?
I think so.
He's been around for a while.
He has, but I feel like my niece, who's like 22, still listens to like Chris Brown if he drops.
But you got these new
music.
You got 6 Lack, right? Like you have like these.
With these names, man. Like I don't want to hear none of this mess. I'm sorry, I'm an old fucking lady. I don't want to hear that.
Yeah,
Who is that? X-Lax? X-Lax?
So why y'all eating
Black?
Black? I don't know his name. I don't know.
He said Black. That's what he meant.
Yeah.
Hobby, you are not woke, dude.
Yo, can I ask you a question? How do you spell it? How do you spell it? How do you spell it? How do you spell it?
What's the next topic?
Right, how do you spell his name?
What was the other topic?
No, you're gonna make me out here looking all stupid.
No, what you do?
How do you spell Mace?
Thank you.
The dollar sign.
Thank you.
The dollar sign is historically been associated with the S in hip hop. Damn it! This dude put a 6 in front of LACK, and we supposed to say black? Really?
Done.
What?
It's spelt. All right, so the audience knows that I'm not being an idiot here. His name is spelt, and I quote, the number 6, LACK.
He said, what did you call it?
No, keep right. The number. Keep in mind. The number 6. Exactly, yo.
Hey, yo.
Is he the thing that gives you diarrhea? Like
okay. So that's what I'm saying. Like that's the generation that this Jacquees is talking about. People that spell the name that spell black with a 6 and not a B. So you know what? Jacquees might be the king of R&B to this.
Okay, I'm done. Next topic. I'm sorry. I've said this too many times.
No.
Too many times.
Yo,
too many times.
Yo,
you're not gonna give me that argument.
Yo, Rory said the dopest thing ever on the Joe Budden's podcast when he was like, all these young dudes talking about like these old cats shouldn't be talking about rap, he goes, "What are y'all gonna do when y'all the old heads?"
That's what I'm saying. But I think that
Speaking of Joe Budden,
He got married. He got engaged. Excuse me.
he proposed to Sin. Now listen, I'm gonna say this, Sin, and I love Sin. I'm gonna say this though.
Oh God.
She said yes.
Wait.
She said
Let
yes.
her do her thing.
She said yes, right? But we spoke about this previously about how he wasn't giving her enough dick. So I really hope she's not agreeing to this marriage and still in a deficit. Because that means that if you marry into it, you knew what he was going to be about, meaning not enough dick. And you can't complain about it at that point.
So, alright, so show of hands here. Listen to the Joe Budden podcast. Raise your hand. That's every guy in here. So, you guys all remember the episode where he talked about rectifying that by taking stuff to make sure that he can give Sin all she wanted, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So what was your point to it? He already rectified that.
Has he?
Yes.
Do we know this?
He spoke on it.
He spoke on it, but we don't know.
And she was
she
was getting with that, yes.
I said I hope.
But it's also love and hip hop, so we didn't know if that shit's true.
True too. But that's why I said hope.
Wait. So she should have married him because he's not giving her enough sex.
Listen, if there's certain things that you need to be fulfilled in your relationship,
and you can't be withholding the dick, what can you do in a relationship?
Maybe the sex aspect isn't
so
as important.
I'm sorry.
Maybe it's not as important to her.
To him, you mean?
To her. The
She,
fact
like,
that
and she'd just rather be married.
Maybe
some people like that.
Maybe she's one of those people who, they enjoy sex, but it's not up there on the list of priorities.
She hopped out of the car. Did you watch the episode where she hopped out of the car?
Oh yeah, she was
ready to walk down the street and was by herself.
Yes,
it's important.
Yeah, she was tripping, bro.
It's important to her.
She was tripping.
It's one of those priorities for her. You can tell.
You still said yes.
Yeah, no, I know.
Yeah, because she was tripping.
You mean the actor?
She was tripping.
You mean the pinnacle?
She was horny and she wanted something. Y'all know
how.
Absolutely.
You gonna walk out the car?
So let me
go somewhere.
Can I speak of myself?
It's not your show.
Let me point something out.
Show.
You're taking off something that happened on the pinnacle of truth, love, and hip hop.
Yeah.
But what if you're in a long-term relationship? You got a kid. You just had the kid. What if the dude's busy? He got a podcast. He's touring. He's doing all types of crazy stuff.
See, when women come up with all these excuses, y'all don't want to hear it.
What are you talking?
Y'all just want to turn over and spread their legs.
Yo, listen. First of all, see,
that's not true. Because let me tell you,
who turns over and spreads their legs?
Let me tell you,
men.
The guy
that I put the vibrator on. He was on all fours.
So I got the answer for that. I was going to say, yeah.
I had to wait.
He was on all fours. Yes.
Yo, wait, hold up. Yo, I swear.
And this has been the Old Man Wade Show.
Yo, first of all,
thank you, Johnny.
Yo, you can't be speeding us through the topics.
Yo.
And then
I feel like that was a good show. We don't need to go any further. Thank you.
She lives in my lap.
You know what?
Yo,
Wade.